So, we have a new cinematic from the Eternity's End Anduin raid finale in World of Warcraft Shadowlands. I've seen some comments on Twitter saying that there's some pretty cool things in here, but of course it's not going to please everybody because Lord knows I really think the general consensus and feeling with Shadowlands at this point from the WoW community is, oh god, let's just get this over with. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and let's just get it over with, right? Let's see what this one's got. Let's just see what this one's got. We're not gonna shit on it. We're just gonna take it for what it is. We're just gonna take it for what it is. Then we'll go from there.
Do you not understand? This one is bound to me.
Anduin!
And everybody dies.
Fulfill your final purpose.
Blow everybody up.
Annihilation. The fate of all who carry my blade. My son,
Oh shit, Varian!
this blade does not belong to darkness. It was forged by valor. And also by
My man! Hey!
and ours
That's my
are
dude.
with you, even here. Let it be finished.
Let it be finished. Yes, sir. Please let it be finished. This whole expansion. Oh shit, he broke it. Oh, I missed you, Velrock. I missed you. Wow.
Arthas.
What?
Is this all that remains of him?
The last flicker of his scarred spirit, consumed in the forges of the jailer.
No crown, no throne, not even a soul left for judgment. I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act became you. That is my burden to bear. But your legacy is at an end. Be gone then, Arthas Menethil. May the last whisper of your name fade and be forgotten.
Damn. Won't lie, that one hit kind of heavy. Won't lie, that one hit kind of heavy. I especially loved the detail right here. I loved the detail right there of right when his spirit fades that you can see Uther. It just kills him because, you know, if you've been following along with the Shadowlands story, it was Uther that dropped Arthas' soul into the maw from the get-go, which sets these events in motion right here. You know, putting aside the convoluted nonsense that the jailer was behind everything. I'm sorry. If they, like, honestly, if they had just left that little detail out, like the jailer was behind everything, if they had just left that detail out, honestly, I could have forgiven a lot of the crap with the storytelling with Shadowlands. And I think a lot of people would agree to that. Like, really, just that little detail. Just, you didn't have to include that. Really, everything else was okay, you know? But, I loved, and I think a lot of people can agree. Nice to see Varian again. People were wondering if he was going to show up here, and of course, the greatest orc that ever lived, Varrock, mother trucking SAURFANG. The only thing that kept me hanging on with BFA, even after I dropped out with the when the Ajara stuff dropped, because at that point I just couldn't take it anymore. But I came back because I wanted to see the stuff with SAURFANG concluded in BFA. And I was wondering if he was going to show up in this. A lot of people were wondering if he was going to show up in this. I'm sure, you know, there will be people that'll be like, you know, well, it doesn't explain how he's there and whatnot. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? At this point, I'll take what I can get, man. I'll take whatever positivity I can get out of this at this point. Because like I said, I think everybody's just like ready for this expansion to end. I really think we're just ready for it to end and we're just ready to move on and just forget all this ever happened. But, yeah, awesome seeing him break Charlemagne to break the hold. Arthas. Some people are going to like this, some people are going to hate this, honestly. And it's okay if you disagree with this, because it is an opinion, of course. I thought this was okay. I honestly thought this was okay with them using Arthas' soul to bind Anduin and corrupt Charlemagne and stuff like that. I honestly thought that this plot point was okay. I'm sure some people will have a problem with how Sylvanas addressed him. I don't see what the problem is. And I know Sylvanas has like been the crux of controversy in this expansion. I didn't have a problem with what she said. And I could see how some people might turn that into, you know, oh, she has a lot of nerve saying that stuff to him. But here's the deal. What she said is kind of true, you know? She hated him for everything he did, which, by the way, I stand by the fact, and I refuse to bend on this. I stand by the fact that everything Arthas did, he did of his own free will. I am not, and I cannot be persuaded, so don't even waste your text. I cannot be persuaded that Arthas did this and he was being mind-controlled. I refuse to believe that, and I have books and other law supporting that. So, don't try to convince me otherwise. Please, save yourself the text. You will not convince me otherwise, and I'm not here to debate that either. I didn't have a problem with what she said. She wasn't like using him as an excuse for what she did. She owned up to it. She said her selfish actions, which they were. In the end, she ended up becoming just like him, which she did, you know. Because, again, I am fully convinced that Arthas did everything of his free will. He was not mind-controlled. He was not dominated. He did everything of his free will. Some convincing, of course, from the Lich King and whatnot. But, no. From Ner'zhul and everything. But no. Arthas did everything of his free will, and so did she. She was not mind-controlled. She did everything. Every choice she made was her decision. And I heard her own up to that. And again, it's not like, you know, it's just like, well, I mean, gosh, just listen to it for a second.
I hated you, hunted you, and with each selfish act,
Owning up to it.
became you.
She did.
That is my burden to bear.
Owning up to it. Not.
But your legacy is at an end. Be gone then.
I'm sure some people will twist that and say, oh, you're just trying to get rid of Arthas. Y'all, there's no more story to tell with Arthas. And look, I don't like Danuzer either. I don't think he can't, Lord knows he can't write a proper story if he crapped one out of his butt. But let's be for real here. The story of Arthas is over. And it doesn't need to be explored further. Which I said in the last time I did a WoW video. Leave the old lore alone. The story of Arthas is over. Let his legacy end. Just let it end.
Arthas Menethil, may the last whisper of your name fade and be forgotten.
From a character standpoint, I get it. And again, love this detail right here. Just that pained look on Uther's face because that was the crux that started all of this. Loved that pained look on his face right there. And again, especially these three people right here were directly affected. I would have liked to see a little more from Jaina right there. Would have liked to see a little bit more. That might be my only complaint with this. I mean, this is Arthas. He affected his life, her life, but especially hers. That is my only complaint with this cinematic, is that I would have liked to see more from Jaina. Maybe even hear something from Jaina. That was my only problem, and that was, to me, that was the biggest miss with the cinematic. And that is fair criticism, and I think we can agree with that. You know, the three people 3 people affected probably the most by Arthas and his actions, and she didn't get a word in. That was a little BS. Would have liked to see a little more. But, and of course, I know people will bring up Tyrande and, Tyranda's just going to have to, forgive Sylvanas. Now, y'all, I don't have an answer for that. I don't know. Again, that goes back to poor storytelling, which this expansion has been chock full of. But, just speaking on the cinematic alone, it was pretty good. Just the cinematic alone. And that's my opinion. You don't have to like it. This is not copium. I've been very forthcoming with the critique of this expansion. And if you don't believe me, go back into my channel and find it. I even put the playlist at the end of the video showing all my World of Warcraft stuff. If you don't believe me and you think, this is KB on copium right here, no. I have a whole lot of videos where I have been very open and forthcoming with my critique of this expansion, acknowledging the shit and acknowledging the good. I think this was good. Let's move on, please. Now, if you will excuse me, I must go make dinner before my wife gets home, or I'll be in trouble.